Hey, what's up, Let's Go 360? I'm here with Nick at 7th Gear Exotics, and today we're going to take a look at 2019 812 Superfast and let him explain this awesome car.
All right, so this has naturally aspirated 6.5 liter V12. This current build of it with its Novatech exhaust and tune is making right around 850 horsepower. Rear wheel drive obviously is a monster of a car. It's got the yellow badging as well as the yellow stripes on it. It's definitely one of the fastest cars we have in the fleet right here. Definitely one of the highest horsepower as well. The exhaust on this thing is absolutely insane. The attention this thing grabs is none other.
Could we pop the trunk, as you were mentioning?
Yes, I can.
Is this in the way? There we go.
So right there, I'm going to hold this up, is the option plaque. You can see just how many options it has, so it lists every single factory option it comes with.
That's cool.
All Ferraris do this. There's a little plaque in the back. As you can see, there's about 20 options in there. So it's got about 100,000 factory options on top of all the different modifications on it.
And this matte color, do you know what the name of that is?
I don't know the exact name. I know this is factory paint, but this is not a wrap.
Okay. Nah, it's awesome. I'll just go ahead, I'll move this back up here. Alright, yeah. Start her up, I'm going to stand back, because this thing is loud. Just giving you a warning. Let's do this. You got the fire extinguisher?
Oh yeah,
That's important.
That's a factory option, right?
Alright guys, this is going to be crazy. See right here the badge, the 812 Superfast. And I will say this is the first V12 vehicle I've ever ridden in. Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome. This is a good place as any to start. And I'll show you what it can do.
Oh, I'm ready. These seats are definitely made for this. And the sound is amazing. So what transmissions does this have? Is that the 7?
This also has a 7-speed dual clutch. Like I said in that Maserati video, a lot of cars are going to have that 7-speed dual clutch nowadays. Ferrari's no exception.
Yeah.
This thing is one of the smoothest shifting cars ever. Even for the amount of power it has, it's just you hit the paddle and the way it shifts is like butter. No lag, no pushback, nothing.
Except for the pushback in your seat.
Yep.
That's about it. That's it.
This thing is just on another level of power. Yep. You have your supercars, and then you have your supercars. You can feel it wanting to move too.
Yeah, that's what
you get sideways.
Yeah. But also you kind of feel it stick.
Yeah.
So do these have traction control?
They do.
All the
So they have obviously all your modern safety features with traction control, ABS, stability. If you are a brave enough soul, this button will eliminate all of that, but I do not recommend it in a car with this amount of power.
Oh no.
You got to be a real experienced driver to
know how to handle
close
it.
to that.
So your steering wheel, what all do you have?
So this is a very driver-focused wheel. You have your turn signals on here. You have your sport selector, so let's go sport, race, or to turn traction off, your windshield wipers, your start-stop button, your suspension button, your high beams, everything is on the steering wheel. There's no stalks coming out. That way, no matter what you're doing, you never have to take your hand on the wheel. Ferrari basically wanted you to minimize the amount of time you spend with only one hand on the wheel. Only because obviously the amount of power this car has, you need both hands on the wheel at all times. Ferrari definitely knows that, so.
That's awesome, because I see here there's really not many options here, but I see that rather than having the screen here, which you normally have for your maps, your phone, whatever, they put it very central to you, next to your speedometer. And
yep. Everything is kind of right center, right in front of you, everything that you need. Column mounted paddle shifters again, where they don't move, so if you're hand over hand in the middle of a turn, you never lose where your paddle is, so you don't have to over-rev the engine.
Gotcha. And of course he shifts without the paddles if you want to.
Absolutely. So this button right here will put it in automatic mode.
Okay. Just takes away some of the fun.
Yep, it does. It likes to keep it, when this is in automatic, it likes to keep it in 7th gear. You don't really hear the exhaust as much.
Okay.
You can hear the backfire right there.
Move it.
A neat feature this has too, and I'll show it when we get more of an acceleration, is this will start lighting up to show how close you are to red line.
Okay.
So you don't have to always look down. You can always focus on the road. It comes really in handy on a track. Where obviously you want to look at the track as much as possible. You can kind of see in the bottom of your peripheral vision when you're looking straight. You can see these lights start lighting up, and it'll start really right when you're at the red line.
Oh, that's awesome. And talking with the other guy at your shop, he said you guys have a tremendous discount for veterans anyways.
Absolutely. We offer 15% off for all active or retired, as well as family members.
Oh, that's fantastic. I appreciate it, because not many places do offer military nowadays. So, doing this for veterans, I love hearing that, you guys' shop is amazing as it is, and it's even more amazing that you guys
Absolutely.
help the vets even more.
Yep, and on top of that 15%, also if you are not a vet, but you are first responder, police, firefighter, ambulance, you also do qualify for that 15% off.
Oh yeah, which is super important.
Absolutely.
I do this for like the veterans, but it's like, it's also for anyone that's disabled, who can't get around, or maybe doesn't, like me, doesn't have the money for a car like this.
Absolutely.
This definitely gives you that feel. And looking at you now in this compared to when we were just in the Maserati, you have a lot more room.
A lot more room and a lot more smiles on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely look a lot taller than me, though. Is my seat just low?
Yeah, your seat's a little low.
It's like I feel kind of tiny next to you now.
Yeah, passenger seat's just a little low in this car. The paddles are actually really high up. It's so you gotta sit up kind of a bit
Which
taller.
is good that you're above the road, because if I was driving from here,
and this is such a long hood. You want to be able to see what's in front of you, but yeah, this car is
special.
Another level.
But I love this.
Why would you need a hybrid when you have this sound?
I'm sure if the Bucks are there practicing on their field, they'll be like, what is that? What is that?
My favorite saying in this car, it does 0 to go to jail in about 3 seconds.
Yes. What is the 0 to 60 in this?
So 0 to 60 in this is right around 2.8, which for a rear-wheel drive car is insane.
Oh yeah, it's scary.
All-wheel drive V12s are pushing right around the same time, so for Ferrari to be able to maximize that 0 to 60 in this is just crazy. 0 to 100 in this car is right around 5 seconds, so like I said, you can pretty much be breaking every universal speed limit in about 5 seconds in this car, which is just crazy.
And if you just stop and rev your engine, you break another law right there with sound.
Yep. Right off the throttle right there, and you're already over the decibel limit on sound, but
Oh,
You know, even without an aftermarket exhaust, these cars are just so loud already from factory. What's a little more to it?
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. And is the chassis of these, is it all carbon fiber?
Yep, so all the cars are going to have carbon fiber monocoques, which pretty much makes it indestructible to break. You know, the Aventador is kind of a similar situation. We've seen Aventadors crushed in, not our personal ones, but other ones. We've seen them crushed. We've seen them over semi-trucks, and the monocoque still doesn't break. So this whole structure that keeps you safe never breaks, never bends, nothing like that. So, you know, these cars are also really secure. If something was to happen, you know, that carbon fiber is pretty much indestructible. And that also is one of the reasons that why these cars are so expensive. Carbon fiber is not cheap. No. The research and development for it is not cheap. To make a whole tub out of carbon fiber already cost them, you know, with no engine, $100,000. You factor in a $200,000 engine behind it, and that's how your prices get up to, you know, this car, which was right around the $500,000 range. How we want everyone to experience these cars.
I fully appreciate the experience as a kid. Yeah, being able to share a car like this.